Next segment here, we got to talk about the Rams O-line injuries. Now, the Rams offensive line has injuries. That's not a secret. That's not a very, hot take or anything like that. But I want to point out something here. So I'm gonna share my screen because sharing is caring, as we say. So let me just show you this here. I gotta make sure that this is coming up good here. Yeah, okay. Oh, I gotta zoom in on that. Let you guys see it here. Okay, let me make sure you guys can see. Okay, yeah, you can see it. Okay, cool. Check this out. Okay, this is the current depth chart for the Rams. It was updated today, according to ourlads.com. So we're going to focus mainly on the O line here. Okay, so as you can see, Ty Secchi, he's red, so injured there. Brian Allen injured, but like they're here, right? So then you got you got like AJ Curie, right? So if you look at these names like Matt Surenka, Bobby Evans, Coleman Shelton, um, Ode Abuski, and Rob Havenstance. Okay, so like look at those names. You've never really heard them, but again, we made it through last game without an O line injury, and I think that was like the first time this year. But then let's look at the depth chart. This was the depth chart that I'm about to show you here. This was the depth chart week 1 heading into the Bills game, where we had No Boom at left tackle, David Edwards at right guard, Brian Allen at center, and he's battled injuries all season long. But Coleman Sheldon at right guard, and then Rob Havenstance at right tackle. So Rob Havenstance is like the constant, the captain, the unbreakable. Credit to Havenstance, he stayed healthy, but like the only player that's here on our current roster, or I guess two players, is Coleman Shelton, who's battled injuries, and Brian Allen, who's battled injuries, and I guess Bobby Evans too. Like it's just that's and Rob Havenstance. So two of those three have battled injury. So like that's been the Rams O line this year. It's been this carousel of different players, different guys signed off the street, and that's been the Rams season. That's just been the reality of it. And when you have an O line that is constantly rotating like that, it's tough to get on the same page. You might be signing guys who there's a reason why they're available, right? And that's just sort of been the reality of it. And as a Rams fan, and I'm sure many other Rams fans watching this, you're always going to cheer them on. You're always going to hope for the best. You're always going to hope that they can have a balanced run and pass game, be able to set up play action, protect your quarterback, and ultimately help win football games. And the Rams haven't been able to do that, and that's why it's so tough for the Rams to have more than like two good drives a game, because we've just had this rotating door of offensive linemen all year. So anyway, it's really interesting to kind of compare like the week 1 O-line depth chart to like the week 13 one, because there's not a lot of continuity there at all. And I'm just of the mindset of next year, if the Rams are healthier at O-line, we're going to see 1,000% improvement from this team. And a lot of these injuries, it's sad to say, but they're kind of the reasons that the Rams offense has struggled this year. And I know people will critique our wide receivers not getting open. They'll critique our running back room. They'll critique our quarterback play. But those things have a chance to develop and have success when it starts in the trenches. It starts with your O-line. And the reality is, if you have a bad O-line, you're probably going to be a bad team. And that's kind of just the way it's kind of rolled for the Rams. But anyway, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? I know the Rams are definitely going to need to address this O line next year in the draft, and I didn't even mention Logan Brust. You know, he was the top draft choice for the Rams last season. He got injured in the offseason, so he never even got a chance to be in this mix. And so hopefully he comes back strong next year for sure. But yeah, it's been frustrating for sure.